Folks, today is November 30th. It's a Thursday, and just wanted to give you a little view of the work site here. We've got 3 ladders going so that we can do the soffits. Up there are the soffits. Let's see. So you can see I've got 3.5 boards there, and I've got to fill the rest. And so that's made out of tongue and groove boards, which look like this. There's the groove, and here are the tongue. This again, this is the tongue, and there's a groove right there. So what I've been doing is doing the tongue and groove. Oh, I see an eagle. I don't know. You can't probably see it through there. But what I do is I put the long boards in. I've been putting 12-footers in. Linda's got to come and help me put 2 more in there, and then I can handle the 8-footers generally. And what I've been doing is, on this side, about every 5 feet, I put one of those vents in, and that's what I made. You see, I've got 2x4s up there so that I know what the spacing is. So like here, what I'll have is I'll have some 8-foot boards that go, and then right there where those 2 board, or the gap is, that'll be where we put a vent. I've got 10 more vents that I gotta make. I've made 22 already. So, but it does look pretty. It looks real pretty, I think. You know, when you look at it, it's something that I'm real proud of. But it's taken a long time, obviously. Now, when I get down here, these are the side windows. We're on the west side. You can see up there, I'm going to zoom in for you. You see how this set of boards is at an angle? And what I'll end up doing is cutting some boards at an angle that will go along this side of the house, and I'll cut them so that they match up there on that corner piece. You know, it's nice. I mean, it's probably 35 degrees out or so, I imagine. It feels cold, but what we've you know, it's nice to not have all this frickin' mud that we've had. You know, there's the windows over the living room. Where the tarp is where our French doors and other windows will be. And the top 4 or 2 sets of windows is our bedroom, and down below is bedroom number 4. Over here will be a door that I'll make for the workshop that I'll have downstairs. I've got, so this backside's going to be sort of tricky because I'm going to need probably a 28-foot ladder to get a ladder up over the top of those windows so that I can install. And then, of course, over the gable is going to be something that probably waits until next summer after I have a deck on. But I'm going to turn it like this. And you can see I have this whole thing all done, except for a couple of holes. There's a hole, and there's one, and There's one more down there, I know. There's 3 of them. That's because I drove a nail into my finger last Saturday when I was working on this, supporting that. And let me tell you, it hurt. But, you know, buck up, Buttercup. You know, I've got a lot of wood. Not this year or next year probably, but longer term, maybe in 2 years or so. What I plan on doing is making some corbels that come up on the side of the windows, and then have a little roof like that goes over the top of it. Maybe, you know, 5-6 inches wide, and as long as the top of the window, I think it'll really give it a nice touch. And you know, I'll probably use maybe some of those for the corbels. This pile of brush Linda's been building on. My friends Mike and Jim took out 7 loads of brush a couple of weeks ago for the big bonfire that Mike sponsors. This area here was a vegetable garden, I think, at one time. Today it's just a bunch of weeds. They had raised beds in there. We'll take all that out. Linda wants to have a garden again, and so we'll rebuild that. Linda has a rototiller that I bought her for Mother's Day 2 years ago, and she uses that when she resods the yard on 5415. She often does that in the spring because of the dogs, and then she uses the rototiller then. So this is where that shed is going to be. Here's some more brush. We had a tree taken down over there. There's some more brush. Our plan is to get all that crap in that pile and then have a bonfire, you know, invite neighbors and other friends that we have. This doesn't look pretty right now because there's a lot of brush in there, and the cattails. This is that pond that we have. We'll get in there next spring with a big brush hog and cut those cattails down so that this starts to look a little bit prettier. Over here is an old dock. If you look closely, you can see it had those steel wheels like they had on farm equipment. I think this thing's probably about 40 feet long. We'll take that all apart and get it. We got some friends who'll get some of the wheels too and get rid of this mess. But that's probably a 2019 project. This is our lake shore. There's our, probably imagine an old cottonwood or a bass tree. Dead. There's one down in the water, dead. I'm not gonna worry about those. Probably a 2021 project. But we do have some ice here in the bay. We are in a little bit of a bay. And you know, when it starts to break up, like with that crack, there's a crack right there. When that stuff starts to break up a little bit, it's almost like the ice is singing to you. Here we've got a little spillway for the pond right there, and it goes into the lake. We'll maybe next year rototill down here, get these damn cattail scrubbins out of here, and Linda will rototill and plant some nice grass. Do a little fill in down here too. But there's what it looks like from the lake. It'll be nice once we get the tarps off and get the windows on. The roof is up now. That was huge. Now we'll just whittle away. I bought some garage doors yesterday from somebody. One garage door company wanted $600 to install them, and another one wanted $1,000 to $1,500, and I told them to go pound sand. I'll figure it out. And I went on YouTube last night, and once I get these soffits up, the garage doors will be the next thing that I work on, so that we can close it up a little bit more and keep the winds from howling through. So that's about it. I've sort of at a lull. I've been marking studs on the outside of the tie back so that when we put on siding, probably next spring, we'll know where the studs are. I'm doing that right now, just waiting for Linda to get down here. She's watching Ren, but said she'd be down to help a little bit. I need help on 2 boards, 2 of those tongue and grooves. So that's it. I'm going to go back and work on marking studs. Thanks for watching.